good news this morning that the White House will certainly be celebrating today is the release of Brittney Griner. And again, to repeat, Sherelle Griner, the president's, is in the Oval Office with the president right now and had an opportunity to speak alongside the president with her wife just this morning.
It's strictly for the
tells
culture.
us that this was a prisoner swap. It was for Brittney Griner for Viktor Bout. And just to remind folks who Viktor Bout is, he is an infamous arms trafficker. He has
discussions, but I am curious, what did those agents tell you about this man, Viktor Bout, who is now free and going back to Russia?
Well, former DEA agents that were directly involved in this global manhunt for Viktor Bout told us that they've always seen him as a major threat to U.S. national security because he was an arms dealer with global reach because of his deep Russian connections. He was someone who was willing to sell arms to drug cartels, to designated terrorist groups, and individuals with the intent and the capability of harming U.S. Americans and officials. In addition, what we heard from these former agents is that it was a Herculean effort to capture Bout across 3 continents. In 2008 in Thailand, he was eventually extradited to the United States, where he was convicted of charges including conspiring to kill Americans. And finally, they told us they want to see the families reunited, but they had deep concerns about any potential trade with Viktor Bout because of the message they felt it would send, that it made good business sense to target Americans.
Understandable. Catherine, thank you very much. Appreciate that. We're going to bring in now CBS News foreign policy and national security contributor H.R. McMaster, a retired Army lieutenant general, and he's also national security advisor under President Trump. General, good morning to you. We just talked a little bit there with Catherine about how complicated these trade-offs are. Huge day, very significant prisoner swap, one of the most significant of the Biden administration, arguably one of the most significant America has undertaken going all the way back to the 1960s. I think we should start just with your reaction to it.
Marcus Stokes,
good morning, Tony. I share your sentiment and what Gail articulated there about how happy we are that Brittney Griner's back. Of course, what we're dealing with is a criminal state, right? We know that Vladimir Putin not only arbitrarily detains innocent people for political leverage, but he also commits murder of individuals and mass murder. What we're seeing in Ukraine and what we saw in Syria and Chechnya from this criminal state. But I think what's really important to note is that a lot of people have been working on this for a long time, and I think it's important to recognize that the Biden administration prioritized, getting Brittney Griner back. They've also prioritized getting others out, like Trevor Reed, and I think this is an important duty for every administration. I remember when
Like, comment, subscribe, mother. It's strictly for the culture.